Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Cast. It is the last game of the regular season, and it's gonna be a banger. We saved the best till last. We've got two big teams here today. In one corner, we have Feila, currently second in the table, with a victory here tonight, could take the first seed spot. They're coming up against Twice, one of the teams who have been in the playoffs before, but have been showing to be pretty strong this time around. And with a victory here, could in fact leapfrog Feila into that elusive second spot in the seedings. We'll have to see what happens. It's CP Steel, and it sometime could be a coin flip. Who knows? I'm CeeJaey. I'm joined by Godfather and the one and only Rahmed on the production. Godfather, how much do you love Steel? How much are you looking forward to this game?
I love Steel. Steel is the classic last map of the season. Both these teams looking for a win going into playoffs this season. It's going to be a good one.
So if Feila win this game 2-0 and picking up all 6 of the points, they will be first seed, and that gives them the map choice advantage in the final. But if Twice win this 2-0, then they will be taking over the spot in second place. And again, these two teams will be playing each other in that first round of playoffs, guaranteed. It just depends on who's going to have that map advantage when it comes down to deciding it. It's almost like this is a playoff match. It's like the pre-playoff, we could call it.
It sounds like we will have a little bit more time to talk about whatever we want, really. And I'll use that opportunity to shout out people who have already subscribed. That is much appreciated. It sounds like, unless this is a bait, we may be getting ready right now, as both teams have started. And yeah, here we go. It's going to be Feila versus Twice in this last matchup of the regular season, going into playoffs next week. Feila looking to win this cleanly to get the #1 seed. My name's Godfather. I'm joined by CeeJaey, Rahmed on production for another Powercast. And yeah, we'll see these teams setting up defensively. We've got crit sticky, CeeJaey. What do you think of that?
Crit stickies are amazing. It's one of the few maps that I always think it's a good thing. You know, a lot of payload maps, them it's like, oh, give me the crit stickies. They never get anything with the crit stickies on payload. Never. It just doesn't happen. But on Steel, I mean, the most I've ever seen a demo man, my team once managed to get a 6k, including a med drop and a sentry drop on this map, and it was actually against Feila, believe it or not. So that moment will always stick in my memory for why crit stickies are very, very good on this map. So we'll have to see whether Sammy gets anything, because it is going to be Twice in the red defending, and Feila in the blue attacking first, seeing how fast they can go. Interesting setup here. Very aggressive dispenser, from Crewmat, just like literally in sight of the door.
That's just set up for the sniper. Wizat, I'm going to call him. It was trying to peek down that long ankle. Engineer putting up the dispenser there. A little bit of armor for him to work with. But we're going to see A get capped fairly quickly. There's only ×3 on there at the end. And these crit traps are waiting for them if they decide to push in to connector into that white room. Looks like the scout and pyro.
How many are they going to get? How many are they going to get with the crits? Come on.
They're going to get 0, it looks like, at this rate. The traps have been called, one's taken out. This soldier might go down to the sniper, but I don't know about the traps. You got a debt now if you want one. Oh, he gets one with the pyro going down, and now Shoen will also fall. 3, Buko is also dead. Caper dead on the other side of things. That's 3 for 1, a good open for Twice on defense, but Feila taking a good amount of ground here in White Room.
Yeah, Axio just watching. Jevon is there, Viltrak and BB just kind of chaperoning Sun around as he's got a building trying to get something done. Axio just get the kill onto BB. So the level 3's up though. Axio is alive. He's going to be telling his team, yo, Sun's building. He's doing some, engineer shenanigans here. And Axio gets caught out before he can get in the spawn. So Sun's going to get something built.
The Uber's out on B rather, excuse me. I just realized that we're missing an entire fight. Blur dead, Jevon fell earlier. They're not taking too much ground here. Viltrak and Grip both dead. Both B, Grip now going down. Heard a banner getting popped out there, I think. Don't know if it's going to do much. BB gunned down by Crewmat with that gun, which is now dead. So Ren in a little bit of trouble here trying to get that gun back up. And they have Viltrak coming behind, gets stabbed by Axio. So both flank members down for Feila, but they're taking good ground. Have those stickies going forward, take down the sniper and the gun. This medic's got to escape here through spawn. That's likely going to be B point for Feila here.
Yeah, they lost this. I mean, Sneaky walked in, gunned down the sentry, and gunned down dealt, so they had no pyro, they had no area denial, and they tried to do a bit of a passive hold, maybe waiting for the respawns, but Feila were just extremely aggressive. As soon as they took down Sammy and Wiethoofd, who's still in the spawn queue, those two classes really, you don't want the VDEP, but Delta's doing a grand job of holding here on the BC connector. Uber's out. Actually, Feila have lost 4 players, and they've used the Uber, so this is not going to be a very good Uber from Feila. They've got it just on middle. He can't chase, and now they're stuck in BC, and twice.
On the medic. Oh, it's almost for free, but he's going to beat it. He does get Layla in the end. It's actually Sammy who comes through Wishbone, picks up the frag. That's the medic down here for Feila. Jorge is alive with 35 in building. B point got capped. That NG tried for flank play on C, had the teleporter up, but it got pressured out very quickly. Good rotation by the combo and Wishbone, pressuring it out from below, and then that soldier was able to come through.
Axio again.
Buko is down. Oh, Axio almost gets the frag. Doesn't get it, though.
He uncloaked right in front of Layla, and middle just boxes him. That was almost close to being a spawn camp there, but yeah, huge advantage for Jorge. 2 minutes for the first 2 points isn't too bad, but getting this C point is kind of crucial, because at this moment, Feila, they have a choice. They can either try and commit for C or get some time onto E, and it looks like they want to go through the cliff here.
Yeah, this heavy's going to be caught out. Viljack is able to just jump forward and find Blur. Now the pressure is on into Wishbone. That medic's going to have to use his onto a fire, with his medic now alone except for a scout getting pushed away, and this medic is screwed. Delty and Jorge both going to die, but not before Delty finds the reflect onto Layla, so both meds down. These long respawn timers of Steel on defense with 5 down on twice. It's not looking good for them as connector Wishbone control going in the hands of Feila right now. That demo holding it down.
That was such a good play by Dal. He just got extremely aggressive there, just went straight in and manages to get the reflect kill onto Layla. So no charge again for Feila, but it doesn't really matter because they managed to claim the C point off of the back of just denying Jorge being able to heal anyone during his Uber. It's essentially equal Ubers.
Oh, he missed.
Feila are doing really well here. They've got a lot of control. Del and Sammy both going down now, and they've got a lot of time on the E point already. This could be a fast time if Twice don't stop the cap in the next couple of moments.
Yeah, they don't have many players able to do that either. Layla's just going to be getting some heals out onto point. BB is dead, so you have slightly slower capping, but Buko in a position where he can just shoot across point, find plenty of frags. Spy is going to be lurking, looking for Layla. That's Axio in Wishbone right now. The sapling gone, look for the heavy, does for the heavy. He finding more on the point, doesn't look like it. He'll go into the pit. Camper, is also down. Couple down on red, only 3 alive, caught dying, 2 alive with a spawner coming forward. Gets the lead in the air. Layla died on the other side of things, but Blue in control. Feila will likely cap this out. There you go, 5 points and 501. Not too shabby.
Not too shabby at all. That would have been sub 5, but Axio and Sammy combining there for huge amounts of damage potential. Like, Axio came in, like you said, got the kill onto the heavy, and the fact that he was on the point, they had to turn around to look at him. Everyone was just like, don't get backstabbed by the spy. That's obviously on the point. But he was blocking the cap time, and that gave enough time for Sammy to come around, and I think he got 3 or 4 kills, just throwing stickies onto point. So much damage came down. He just bought more time. That was like 10 seconds or so that he bought, and we've seen how close some of these games can be. Every second counts. So if Twice win this in 4:55 or something, it'll be down to those 2 players. That play right at the end that really won it. But Feila not having the crit stickies in White Room. How do you feel about that, Godfather?
I think it's an alright situation here. It depends on how hard they want to commit to, it depends on how hard Twice wants to commit for a flank. And with a 501 time, it might be a good idea for them, so Feila might be misplaying here a bit. I am seeing plenty of banners and rechargeable items in play. Viljack is running the buff banner on defense, Contra for Jevin99 on offense. And Caper also running Comic Punch, trying to get through at some point here. We're not sure exactly where that's going to be, though. Early frag onto the sniper for Buko. Might slow things down, but it doesn't really matter in the end.
Yeah, Grip just doing that annoying pirate thing, just throwing fire across the choke so that can't really get a good sight line. Was that trying to look for someone, but there's no one there. Buko is playing kind of passive, just chilling. Maybe goes for a peek now, but no. Very passive here from Feila. Normally would expect a little bit more aggression out of them, but Twice not really looking to do anything on the A side, and it does look like the Suicides is going to come in onto B now. But the stickies from Joe gets 2, and that's all the explosive potential out.
Oh, he gets 4! What a guy, Joe and going big right there. It's 4 for 1 as Viljack was just caught on that stairway. Now the sniper trying to pressure, but there's way more pressure from the demo man. BB will pick up Axio in middle. down that gun before it can be too much of a problem. Aggressive sniper peek leads to Buko dying, and the Uber is out for the blue team. Pyro doing his best to stop it, will get saved with a medic flash. Yevon and the Wizat are both dead to Cho on a 6k right now, opening up things for the defense. He's doing real good work. Got a little bit of pressure from Blur and maybe Caper up top right now, but they're not able to go forward. Joe will find his 7th onto the scout. Now Blur has to back off as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to go for a second bite at the old cherry here, because at the moment Feila just not really feeling the pressure at all. They're not losing anyone major. Viljack finally does go down, so that's a little bit of splash damage out of it. Oh, huge!
Beautiful peek from the sniper. Laylo just unfortunate positioning. That is a med down for the red team here. Krumot does die on the other side of things, so that's not a worthwhile pick. 80% for Twice. This might be the opening they were waiting for, as they've just been storming right into the the jaws of death here, with Feila having all that damage going forward, but now they have to be careful. A lot of damage coming forward. Bomb there from Yevon, doesn't get too much, but the cap will go in favor of Twice in a little bit here.
Yeah, they're going to get B. They have a huge Uber advantage. Like, this is the kind of position where now, if they do everything correctly, no mistakes, no huge plays out of Feila, then, this is where they see out the round and they finish it off. But it's all about what they're going to do with this Uber. They do get a reflect kill here dealt onto BBs. Getting those reflect kills. They also get Viljack and Sun. That is engineered down. That means no sentry. Jevon does finish it off, and Caper is going to get onto the cap. Get some cap time onto E, and it does look like the rest of Twice not committing for C. They're going to be holding the BC connector, trying to just play both here. Get a little bit of cap time onto C. Feila now have to make a decision. What are they going to defend? Because they can't defend both at the same time.
Yeah, and they've got to be careful of that sniper up in that box area up top. Just looking down on the demo, dies in the end to the opposing demo. So no Joe and or Viljack now. Layla doing his best, their best to keep their team alive. Sammy's dead on the other side of things, and there's the Uber. It's onto the heavy right now. The Pyro into the pit. Maybe Delty is screwed. He will die to the heavy there, and the Uber is out for the blue team. People are a little mad at BB apparently, but doesn't look like it's going to matter in the end. This cap
Crewmat says BB go E, and BB does go E, and then he falls into the pit. So, yeah, Ubers were exchanged, but Caper's trying to get as much cap time as possible. But remember, without the C point, they don't have the bridges extended. You need to get the C cap to extend those bridges, and at the moment, Feila are aware of that, so they could just sit on Heaven, knowing that there's only a couple of players who can actually physically get onto the point. One of those is Caper, who is now dead. Jevon's going to jump up, get a lot of pressure, gets flung down, doesn't land in the pit, but will eventually die.
No, the demo's the pit! Sammy just falls in, and now no explosive classes for the offense. The scout's going to get onto the point, but he's going to fall as well. Now Delty dies. It is a bloodbath on E point here. Just a sniper and medic now in Wishbone, and there's an opportunity for Feila to get reset. They have a level 1 gun up in Heaven with that heavy there as well. It's going to be a rotation over to C, which has been slowly getting capped. Finally, cap comes through. 45 seconds, the E point halfway capped. Opportunity for Twice to try to close this first round out. They are back and ready to go here. As this bridge opens up, there's the Uber, CeeJaey.
Yeah, Sammy jumps directly into the combo, but no, he falls down. Jorge's falling down as well. He's in the pit. They're getting a lot of kills though. Jorge's actually the only one who's still dead. He's going to be on the respawn. The bridges are now extended, but Wizat's now falling into the pit. Yeah, it's just all falling apart.
The sniper. No, I think this is good. They had a shot there, but now with 10 seconds left, it does fall apart in the end. Time 3 on the cap won't be enough, as this is a very long cap, so Feila will get round number 1, 5-3 there, after a really good opener. They had a 5-on-1 time to start this round, start this game off, and it was too much for Twice to handle. Now an opportunity for Twice to try to set the pace.
Jevon was trying, Delt was trying, everyone was falling into the pit. We're going straight onto round 2 now, so maybe Twice will think about what's just happened. Can they regroup and, maybe realize their mistake from that first round, because that was in their hands to lose, but they just hard committed to a point that was being hard defended. So Feila 1 round away from securing top seed here, Godfather. Twice knowing that they can't get second seed anymore, I don't think, but there's pride at stake.
There is pride, and also trying to deny Feila that top seed. I don't know if they have anything against the players on Feila. Opportunity to bet a few channel points here before this round starts. And we have the crit traps out in White Room from Joe. And I also saw crits on offense, but they're going to swap over to Medigun. I think that's just point farming there by Jorge. Yeah, you can't blame him, you know. But yeah, we're going to be watching these crit traps, I guess.
We'll have to see. Joe didn't do them last time. Maybe just preferring to be, you know, more aggressive on B, which was extremely successful. He did get, what, 4 or 5 kills first time around. Wiethoofd will be the first casualty. Buko getting the snipe with the assist of Grip there, just doing that annoying fire across the choke thing. And twice, again, getting cap time onto A, but not looking like they really want to commit anything over to the AE area. And Feila seems to be aware of that as well, because only person over here is BB, who's just AFK on E, it seems.
Yeah, I think he's just waiting to see if there's anything, and he'll be able to respond quickly. We saw a couple of sniper frags going in favor of Buko there. He's looking for another as the aggression starts to push forward. That's still T. He gets gunned down. Joe does dive into Sammy, summoning Caper respectively as well on each side of things. There's 4 down for the side of Twice. The Uber is out on the side of the red team, but Twice holding on to theirs. That's a great sack wave now. Full Uber and no demo in position here, as well as the spy in the backline did some good work. Sun did go down, and that's going to be really hard now for Feila to hold on to B.
Yeah, I mean, they get the NG, they get the demo, they get the sentry, and they get the force. Twice now have all the cards in their hand. Sammy's going to miss the jump there as the sticky gets blasted away. The Uber will manage to get Buko, Grip, middle also going down. BB will get flamed to death. BB does take up a couple of kills, but it's 4 down for Feila. They do get Layla out safe and sound, but this B point is definitely going in the hands of Twice.
And they also get Sun out. He had 13 health there, but he'll be on C now. I believe he also lost all of his buildings there. He's not going to opt to try to defend C. Good call there. Rotating around, taking a long hike here to get up to heaven. And Wishbone already in control of Twice. Sun might be in a little bit of trouble if anyone dives him. It doesn't look like that's going to be the play.
Oh, the Uber's actually forced from Feila. Well, hey, it's really safe back there with Caper and Shell. Going to be backing out through the BC connector. Middle will get a couple of kills.
Layla gets body! And now
Caper and Jevon, they combine. They get Joe and Layla. That's huge. This is massive. And this is looking so good for Twice right now. They have full ad again. They're doing so well in getting these forces. Sneaky actually drops down. He's in a 1v1 with Jorge. Del's finally coming to help him. Jorge doesn't take any damage. But yeah, Twice still holding all the cards right now.
Yeah, they do have the cards, as you put it. Full Uber in control of Wishbone. That's pretty much all you can ask for. And now that gun's going to get sapped. Soldier going to go down. This NG in trouble will get bombed. That's a couple of cracks on to Feila players. And now no gun to try to defend that last point. E pressure is going to start coming through. The Uber was expended onto the heavy. Didn't exactly see why they wanted to pop that. Layla now will have a little bit of ad again. And 1:45 was the time for 2. It's not going to be a wicked fast time here for 3, but Twice showing some promise at least.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a better pace than Feila's first round, to be honest. If they manage to get the E point within, you know, a similar sort of time, 3:08 for the first 3 points is pretty good. BB's going to get a couple of kills there. Axio and Sammy both going down, but they managed to get that simultaneous pressure we were talking about in the interim, you know, getting the E and the C point down at the same time. Caper and Jevon combining on the E point just to make sure anyone who's kind of come in had to get the pressure down. But wow, Blush just walking onto the point and taking names, takes on the sentry, takes down Sun. There's a lot of players on the point right now. Hoi dancing in between the bridges, just keeping his players alive. Only 4 up for Feila. They have the Uber, but so does Jorge. They're going to use it to block the pressure coming in from the A side.
Oh, the juggle!
Yeah, Layla just hits into the top of the roof there, just not being able to come in. Del's just going to keep going forward, but middle picks up 2. He will go down to his
Oh, he almost got Jorge there. Oh, the medic barely staying alive. Any pressure will kill him. There's a couple of frags by Joe onto the point. White Room right now, the safety net for Jorge, who's now getting shot at by the sniper. Wizat will find Layla though on the other side of things, and it's a long respawn time here for Feila. 18 seconds for their med as well as their NG and others. I don't know if they'll be able to get to this point. The demo doing his best to try to spam this out. He's going to get dove by Yevon. It's going to be a tough one to try to hold on to.
Yeah, middle comes out of the sport and takes down Yevon, and actually Joe staying alive there. He's managed to get a ton of damage. The camp is so close to be done, but if he gets a couple more kills, Grip jumps onto the point. That was so close. Grip jumps onto the point and almost buys enough time for Joe to get more damage. The thing was there, that sentry from Sun, even though Sun was dead, there was a level 1 sentry in an awkward angle. Axio tried to get onto the point, was like, okay team, there's a sentry there. They couldn't take it down because it took so long for them to get that sentry down. It get time for the Feila players to get into position, and Joe was just getting so much damage down. 429 Godfather ironically would have got them the win in that first round if they just played like that. Feila definitely under pressure now. They're going to have to perform better than they did in their first attacking phase.
Absolutely, and it's a pretty darn good time there for 29, especially after Feila was only able to show a 501. I mean, 501 is not anything to scoff at either, really. We discussed that earlier. We have those crit traps set up. Sacks have been made for the engineer to try to set up a little bit faster. 15 seconds left to do so. It's gonna look pretty standard though from the side of Twice, basically what we've seen every round here.
Yeah, I'm expecting a fast time as well. I'm expecting Feila to push it to the limit here. They have more to gain out of this. I mean, Twice at the end of the day, like I said, they're guaranteed 3rd seed now. They can't be 2nd seed. Or can they? I'm not sure. Maybe if they win at 4-2, they'll be level on points and win head-to-head. I don't know. But Feila know that they need to win this next round to guarantee top seed and give them the best possible advantage in the grand final. If they don't, they're going to have to face Twice again in the semis. To see what happens here. But Chris Stickies, what do you think this time? How many?
One just got jostled around. They know they are there. The sniper is peeking forward, trying to find a frag. It's a risky business peeking this angle, trying to watch your traps. The spy, Axio, is going to be calling them instead. It looks like they've been seen. There's one left, and it's going to go down. No frags on the crit stickies. So,
disappointed.
Now, look at this rotation, though. They're going deep all the way. They're going to try to take Wishbone away.
Yeah, they're trying to do an E play here. They're actually going to be doing a hard AE, which you don't see as often anymore, but the Uber's going to be used onto Grip. He's trying to push people back. Layla gets pushed into the pit. Don't Uber into BC connector when there's a pyro there. Delt is going to say, thank you very much. Those frags are mine. Jevon picks up Joe. Vildrak's also gone down, so no explosive potential for Feila right now. And there is a sentry from Sun. It's going to go down. Axio and Sammy combine. Sun actually does take down Axio, but Caper will finish him off. Buko is still on E, but Caper's going to get another kill for him. Maybe do a little bit of telecamping. No, he takes that teleporter down. So all of that time investment there, Godfather.
Oh, Spy medic. Oh no, it's a scout on the medic. BB almost finds him, but Sammy instead will save his medic's life with a nice clean pipe there. But that was some risky business. Grip gets them reflected into oblivion. Looks like they're going to be going up the stairs here. Yeah, dodgeball in this game, you're right.
Oh, Sammy jumps up and he takes down Joe. Wow, just hits those pipes. Vildrak is 6 HP, and his Layla's trying to peek and give him an arrow. Middle is still there as well. They're getting some pressure onto the sentry. Will go down because of the simultaneous sap. Oh, hey, also got backstabbed. Yeah, huge. Big backstab, and Feila now in the ascendancy. They have a real chance here.
Yeah, they gotta go fast here. Only 2:10 left on the clock, and they haven't capped B yet. DB does go down, as does Sun, so a lot of their point capping powerhouses are dead at this moment. They really need to start capping B here.
They are going to get B. I don't think Twice are even going to consider trying it. Layla has that 100%. Jorge only at 5%, and I think at the moment Twice are having a real discussion about what they do. Are they going to try and hold E? Are they going to try and hold C? It does look like it's going to be E on the card. C is going to be left open. 140 left on the clock. Remember, it takes roughly 40 odd seconds with a lot of people on the point to get that final cap down. So any cap they can get now is good. They are getting players, but the Sentry's just going to launch them straight away. Wizat is also down for about 15 more seconds because of Buko. Sneaky is in, sneaking in, will get taken down, doesn't manage to get a kill, and for the time being, this is all the Grip.
Oh no! Grip gets just stuffed in the air and into the pit he goes. As the Uber wasted. Joe also dead. Twice looking in control unless unless something terrible happens for them here. The minigun is full now for Twice, so they basically have this one secured. Again, they can't afford a drop or anything of this sort. We did see one go down. Kumot. There's no NG on the field here for Twice, and into the pit goes Buko. echo, so just dropping players left and right is the blue team.
Yeah, Joe tried to jump into heaven, just try to jump in and get something done. Wiethoofd starts popping heads, gets 3 in a row there, one of them including to be Layla, so medic down. Jorge hasn't had to even use it, he's actually dancing around, doing a little bit of style in there, and 30 seconds left on the clock. That is going to be that it for this round. I mean, Jorge has that Uber, he's going to pop it into the connector. Grip is there, but isn't able to manage to get that. A lot of players seem to want to jump from BC connector into heaven when there's a lot of players up there, and they're just getting sent straight back and falling into the pit. This is the most amount of pit deaths I've seen on this map for a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the one thing I have to say I dislike about Steel is once you pass that 40-second mark, you can basically say it's over and it's just dead time. That'll be Twice taking round number 2, meaning Feila does not have a shot at that number 1 seed. And so 1-1 will be the score going into round number 3.
Give me a moment. Right, I'm looking at the points. So there's 3 points difference between Feila and Twice at the moment. So with 2 apiece, that basically does mean this round is kind of a dead rubber. It doesn't matter who wins. The teams are going to be in exactly the same position. They ready up very, very quickly, which is probably a sign that they are aware of that. The only real implication was that now Feila will not be 1 seed. They will be the 2nd seed and Twice be the 3rd seed. So this final round may be just to get under the skin, get into the heads of their opponents in preparation for that semi-final match.
Crit traps are out, and the sacks come through. Standard stuff, despite it not really mattering. I want to see, like, full A-holds here. If you want to get in someone's head, I think Twice at the end of this should try to, or right now actually, Twice is going to be on defense. I want to see them fully hold A. Because, like, think about the BM implications of that. That'd be powerful.
It would be powerful, yeah. I don't think I've ever seen an A-hold work. I remember playing against an A-hold, not an A. I played against some A-holes as well, but I played against an A-hold once, and yeah, it's not very successful. We'll have to see what happens. I really want to see some crit traps get, like, I want to see some devastating crit traps. So far we've seen 1 kill out of all the crit traps so far in this exchange, and that's disappointing for me.
I want to see, like, meet the Demo Man level crit trap destruction. You know, he's just gonna, like, bait people into this trap. Got the spy waiting. Buko's dead. Where's that? Winning the SBS here. They're just waiting though. Feila sitting on A, waiting to go in. They have that scout rushing forward first. He's gonna distract a bit. Dead now! Oh, you missed the chance. Joe and will not die to it. Wheeljack will pick up Yevon instead. So no deaths to the crits. Sad to see.
Yeah, but we are seeing a lot of pressure onto AE. This is almost exactly the same as the 2nd round from Feila, and they're the ones attacking first this time. So they maybe want to get an AE pressure without it being, you know, expected. Do you see Jorge is accompanied by Delt and Sammy in this BC connector, which works out really, really well for them before. Sammy putting out that damage and Delt just puffing people into the pit. But at the moment, Feila just picking up the flank kills as they're trying to watch onto the spawn. Sammy puts some stickies onto the point, but it's the old switcheroo, Godfather. They've gone drop down and they're into B.
It's a B, but there's a good number of players ready for them here. Chohan will get sniped down a 4K from Wiethoofd.
Yeah, the reflect kill though. It was the reflect kill from Dell. He managed to get the reflect. Grip went down. Joe gets headshot. Oh, I want to see the reflect kill like total at the end of this game. These pyros have been going nuts. Jorge didn't even have to use the Uber. I mean, Joe got a headshot. Later used the Uber maybe retroactively, or you know, thinking she was going to get sniped, and they had nobody to go in with Uber. So Jorge is now just chilling on B. Has full Uber. It does look like Feila want to just go again. They want to keep him guessing, and they're now going towards the E point, and they're in the BC connector. Delt's only just arriving now, so this is a good chance for. Oh, okay.
Nope. No chance. Delty is there, ready. Axio actually picked up the frag onto the medic, but Delty will go forward and find the pyro on the demo. That's a combo dead for the blue team. Feila certainly not setting any blazing fast times in round number 3, but again, this one doesn't matter at all. Yeah,
Feila kind of struggling here. That was a bit bold. I mean, I appreciate the idea of going to AE and maybe getting some cap time and, you know, pulling people apart, always trying to keep people guessing, but going full hard in with your medic, maybe not the best idea. Joe and CeeJaey are both going down there. Wiethoofd down for twice, so he's the only casualty right now for the defensive side, but no sniper for another 10 seconds. Maybe allows Buko to get some peeks in. He's trying, but just look at this aggression. They're so far forward, they're just holding, making sure no one can peek, no one can get in for free.
And that's a contra as well out for the defense here, so they're going to play aggressive with that heals. And oh, they're going to find free now for Sammy going big. Help from Drumont as well as Blur. Kevin, of course, with that contra does so much work, and there you go.
Did you see what BB just did?
I did not.
He bumps in through the choke and like jumps up to the little ledge on top, and he just stands in front of Sammy and stares at him while bonked. Sammy's like, oh, I know what's going to happen, and then runs away, and then BB just, you know, two shots him. So demo down, and that's going to be causing Feila to come in here. They do get the teleporter and Blur, but not much else. Middle is getting down to 21 HP, but space is the name of the game here. They've got so much space now.
Sneaking in the back line, wants to see Cloak, has to be careful. And he goes in, he's going to get one against two. Can he find three? Looking for the revolver frag, doesn't quite get it, but that is enough distraction and space made that only 3 live from twice.
Yeah, but one of those is Jorge, which is absolutely crucial. Keeping him, if they lose Jorge there, then we're going to see a snowball from Feila just going over the points. Now, 5 seconds until some of the major players are back up for twice. They need their demo, Pyro, NG, Soldier. Those are the players you want to be watching the chokes. They are up now, but Sun already has a sentry on E, kind of watching the BC connector, and there's some countdown going down. Joe goes down to Caper though, and that's huge. No demo, and the sentry goes down. The player's being pushed off the point already. Axio falls into the pit, but his job is done. He got so much work there, and now twice regaining control of this area. They have equal loop as Caper gets a 4K, taking down Buko, so twice rebounding there really well.
Yeah, it was 2 points in 4-12. We saw, what, a 4:30 time, 4-5 in the last round. Feila certainly not trying as hard as they have in the past, and Twice is likely going to take this round if the pace continues. 450 for 3, not what you want to see. And now it looks like it's going to be a rotation to D. A lot of words ending with E. Here's the next fight. Bill Jack immediately deleted by Delty. Nice play there.
Yeah, they get some kills here. BB and Buko managing to get one apiece. But the counter Uber is going to come in. BB is dancing around, and oh no, it manages to take down Delt. Sneaky's going to take down Jevon. That's 4 down for Twice right now. 10 plus seconds for all of them in that respawn queue. Sammy's trying his best to try and get some damage down onto D, but I think it's a lost cause. They're going to have to hold E as a last resort, and I've seen some games that, you know, get to this point and the defensive team has no other place to go. They have to hold the final point, so it's all about what they can do. Feila know that this isn't going to be a great time, but they can still make it an average time if they get this E point in the next few moments.
Yeah, they're really looking at like a sub 630 here, and I'm guessing they're going to probably find this in, let's go with 617 is going to be my call. I'm going to be pretty specific on that one. Going, it might be a little faster than that even. I was expecting a little bit more pressure coming in from Twice, but so far, nothing. Here's the Uber onto the Demo Man, popping right back those railings, keeping people off, away from falling into the pit. Pyro comes forward, doesn't find too much. Pressure is in, the huge bomb from the Soldier, but now it's only 4 alive from the defense. They are all the air shot as well to finish that one off. But there's enough defensive pressure. No one's on the cap right now.
Yeah, Crewmat is alive with a mini sentry. Caper will take down middle. He tries to punch him, but it's not going to be enough. That was huge. I mean, the railings there did save so many people. Delt was trying to push people off. Grip was trying to counter push people off, but it was the late bomb by Jevon just as the Ubers were finishing. Got so much damage on point. BB is going to be there getting that times 2. The mini sentry is shooting. He's bonking. He's trying to kick the distraction. Jevon falls down, but isn't dead. He's going to bomb back up. Twice is still fighting him.
Yeah, my prediction immediately spoiled by the re-aggression from Twice. This is certainly not going to be as fast as I thought it might be. Feila in trouble here. No Uber to work with at all, and Twice will hold on a little bit longer.
Yeah, every second counts at this point. I mean, it's 10 minutes on the round timer. I doubt we're going to be lasting that long until the end where Feila caps, but It's going to be more time than they wish to give away. Joe goes in, but he gets immediately deleted by Sammy's stickies. All he really did was take down the mini sentry, which is straight back up and firing on those players you need to cap. And what looked like desperation is actually, oh, Jevon actually falls on the cliff. Oh no, Blair tries to throw a sandwich to him into like the little shelf under pit, but doesn't manage to connect. But hey, dude, they're keeping their players alive. They have uber advantage. They're sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, I just saw a kill feed entirely made up of Sun destroying Sappers. And Axio finally did get that teleporter down. He was persistent in his quest. So that might slow down Feila even further here, trying to regain some positioning, getting that teleporter back up, trying to get their players in position. It's going to be a long rotation. Don't go through Death Hallway. There's a reason why you call it Death Hallway. They really shouldn't rotate it in here. If there's someone ready to, that's the Spy is calling it. So there's an opportunity for the defense, and they're going to be ready for it a little bit. They're not there quite in time. Uber's out for the blue team. BB dropped before he can get a flash. Red popping back might be a little bit better as the chaos ensues. The Spy on the demo. Layla dead to Sammy. And that is why don't rotate through Death Hallway, even in Prem. Especially in Prem.
I mean, Death Hallway doesn't really sound like a place for fun and games. But yeah, the Uber trade just wasn't good. When you have you're fighting against an Uber that has 60% better, it was never going to end well for you. We actually see Buko on the Huntsman right now. Middle on the low ground will take down Sammy, so you know they're getting something done here. I think maybe Twice are just going to buy too much time here. Crewmat's actually managed to switch onto regular sentries now. He was on mini sentry before, getting a lot done. Now switching back to the level 1s, trying to build those up. Oh, but Joe is just going to destroy the entire nest with the stickies. Viljack's up there as well, fighting against Delt. Will get the kill. Maybe this is the opportunity to Feila to seal out and set a time.
Set a time at this point. Just set a time. Oh, Sammy, destruction through Wishbone. That heavy weakens well now. As Rip 50 health, looking for some heals, but none to be found. Layla now respawning, and there's plenty of time on point. The Uber is out. Sammy will find Rip. No reflex to be had now. BB jumping around, will die to pit yet again. Viljack dying to Deltia's reflex. BB and Buko both down. Jevon dying on the other side of things. It's 3 down for blue, 2 for red. And despite the longer respawn timers for Twice, they have been persistent in holding on to this E point.
This could be it. I've said that a number of times now, but as long as these players are alive, Wizat takes down Buko, takes down Layla, no heals for Feila again. Jorge doesn't seem to have died for quite a while, keeping those heals alive. There are 2 mini sentries on E right now. BB is trying to get as much cap time as he can before he finally goes down to that flare. The Crewmat's mini is just going to cause, it takes down Sun. Wizat's going to take down Joe. It seems like Joe's leading the charge right now, getting a ton of damage down and destroying a bunch of stuff, but the follow-up's not coming in from anybody else. And Twice are just quite happy to let those players run into the meat grinder.
Oh, that was almost a medic sniped down there. Buko will pick up Sammy instead. I'm just waiting to see if Wizat is able to pick up the frag onto the sniper. Won't matter. Buko taken down by Yevon. And there's pressure yet again on E, but is it going to be enough this time?
Yeah, I mean, it's fairly equal. Actually, the Uber comes in. He's onto Delt. He gets launched into the ceiling, though. Buko finally taking down Wizat. Delt doing his best to try and get damage down, and Joe and Sun go down as they're the ones leading the charge, trying to get that cap time. Middle will win the heavy fight against Blur, but Jevon on the 4K just keeping up those kills, just keeping up that denial. The time's ticked down. It's been another 4 minutes since I said, oh my word, yeah. Viljack blown away. But yeah, since I said, oh, it's 10 minutes on the round timer, we're not going to see the end. It's been 4 minutes, and Feila haven't really looked like getting the cap yet. They have a full Uber now. That's the difference.
They have a full Uber, but Grip is dead immediately. Pressures in onto point. That Scout sitting there. The medic looking like he might be able to escape out back to D. And now the combo from Feila, they don't push forward, they rotate right back. Joe looking for an arrow right now. We'll finally get one. That sniper watching connector right now. There's a lot of frags go through. Sammy picks up 2, 3 down on the other side of things. Actually 4 now. Crewmat, dying a little earlier. I'm very excited to see the frag difference. Here's the Uber around D here for Twice. Times 4 on point is about halfway capped on E.
Yeah, they're fair to finally get a lot of players onto the point. It might be too much. Wizard gets Buko, Axio gets middle. Delt's going to jump in, but the Joe pipes are going to be enough. Jevin's trying to get the rockets, but Grip is going to reflect them right back. They're actually getting a lot of kills here.
They're holding
it.
They're holding it. No, Philjack is going to die as well. They bring their medic up to the point. The sniper can't hit his shot. Oh my lord. Just when you think it's going to get capped, we're 5 minutes left on the clock here. And, you know, at this... He gets
the frontier Justice Crits, kills Joe, and then taunts that's... You know what?
There's your
you
PM.
can end the round
There's
now.
The
you can end
games.
the round.
Oh, look at chat. Fremont says div, question mark? 5, that's a 12:58. That's the time that I would set. And I'm certainly nowhere near Prem, so a tough performance there. Now Feila will be defending. And what do you think? Are we going to see like a sub 4, a sub 3?
You know what? If there's one thing I've learned about, you know, casting and playing Highlander, is that never underestimate what teams can do. Okay, you called you called Feila saying that they were the team you felt could potentially go on to win this season, you know, even at the start of this cast. And they did win a round. Wouldn't put it past them to hold for 12:59, you know?
That's true.
It could happen. It could happen. I do think Twice are going to have a lot of time to play with, so they're probably going to take a couple of risks, maybe go for an AE push. I have to see how Feila react to this. Are they just going to be like, it's done, this result doesn't matter? Or are they going to be like, you know what, let's not get disrespected this way?
And we'll have to wait and see. I did mention before the cast started, even though I thought Feila had the advantage, this is a map where upsets are bound to happen. Delt will get down to 5 health, but narrowly avoids death. BB waiting around, trying to harass a bit. Didn't see the crit traps get set up just, or for this round rather. So it's going to be a B push, or a B hold for Feila 100% here.
Yeah, they're just chilling. It doesn't look like Twice really fancy the AE shenanigans as much as Feila do, who did try it, you know, out of the blocks twice. Joe's an airplane right now. He's using his little Halloween costumes. I forgot it's Halloween mode, so you can wear different things. Then it drops to Axio, so that's going to be a big, kind of a big deal.
It's just a semi-important frag, you know. It's just the medic, the Uber, whatever. Axio, if Axio defokes and tries to bait me right now, I will laugh really hard. It looks like he might be doing that. The Uber's out though as the pressure comes forward. Good stuffing there. Grip is dead though.
He gets her again.
Oh no, Buff Banner's out for Philjack, doing his best to hold down this point with the added damage. But now no medic yet again. Jorge will live to fight another day.
Axie was just chilling on B the entire time, man. Like, he gets the drop, and he's just like, okay, no one's going to kill me, I'm just going to chill here for a while, and then just goes for the med pick again. And, yeah, I mean, looks like some Feila players are going to escape. Buko and Joe, Sun, very, very weak, but they will get out with their lives. Jevin just throwing some rockets their way to make sure they don't try and re-enter. But yeah, it's going to be, what, around 2 minutes for the first 2 points. Still gives them just under 11 minutes to work with for the final points. And at this point, they have an uber advantage. They could just go straight for E.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very passive hold here for Feila and Wishbone. They do find a snipe. There's the Uber. It's going to be onto the Pyro immediately, scattering the red players. Feila might be in a little bit of trouble, but there's no follow-up on that space gained. Not even pressure in onto E, so maybe a bit of a misplay there by Twice. They're going to rotate around to try to get through these shutter doors onto C, take that high ground on the cliff area. But that seems like a useless Uber if I've ever seen one. Now full ad for Feila and the demo down on Twice.
Yeah, I mean, this is where things start to get a little bit hairy. I mean, if Feila can hard hold this BC connector and make it their own, look how aggressive. I mean, they lose Joe. That's not ideal. He's down for 20 seconds now. But if they can hard hold this connector and make sure that the pressure doesn't come in, then they can really put a stop to what's going on. But it looks like some of the Twice players go through the cliff area instead and are basically backcapping C right now. They used the
as
Uber.
well as forcing. Yeah, they used the Uber. I was about to say, as well as forcing up that Uber there. Veljack is dead. Yevon on the other side of things, no soldiers in play, but it's full ad for Twice yet again.
Did they get forced? I mean, that was... Maybe they were just scared that they were going to lose C there. Axio finally goes down. He was a big proponent of getting that cap time on C. Like you said, Jorge now with that 100% Uber ad will be able to maybe take his team through somewhere. Looks like they're debating where they want to be pushing from and what their strategy is right now. Managed to get BB, Sun, and Buko. They're on to E. They're in heaven in E. They're just going to be chilling.
Yeah, they decide to take that high ground away from them, try to chase down some frags here, just going for that soldier. Oh, I thought it was a reflect build. No, just a debt. Well, Wheeljack was in the air. Pressure onto E has been stuffed slightly. Demo Man completely separated. Oh, excuse me, never mind. That is not the Demo Man separated. Caper does go down. The Spy was harassing from White Room. Might rotate it around here. There's the Uber coming in. 2 Wishbone, no Pyro there. White, yep, now. Oh, the stab! Oh, the Uber Spy stab on the demo. Now looking to gun down this medic. The scout comes through. BB picks Jorge. And it's 7:30. And C's getting capped. Maybe able to do this? Who knows?
I mean, remember when I was like, it's going to get capped to the next game. Anything could happen. Twice will get C. But again, if you get your defense sat in White Room, and you defend that E point, Joe goes down to Sammy though, Layla goes down to Crewmat. Those are the kind of plays you kind of want to live. Sun's got a level 3 though, wrangling, just keep making sure nobody gets on there for free. Axio comes in, gets the sap. Oh, Sun just left on his own.
Viljack's the only one alive. GG is in chat from BB here. This is not necessarily set in stone, but we're gonna have the defensive gun on Heaven. There's an unused teleporter in Heaven right now. Looks like it's gonna get gunned down there by the engineer finally. Rahmed avoiding some chaos. Defensive crits in play, but full Uber for Twice, and this cap very close to being finished off. Sneaky's gonna go for a play. Dead Rings trying to do something, but Joe and Prem both dead. This is gonna be Twice taking it home in just a moment. I don't think it was Jorge, that's a drop.
that was a drop to me again, yeah. But yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
It's over. I think it was about 5 minutes in the end. Pretty dominating. I mean, that first round, Feila did win. They come out of this exchange with the 2 points. In senses of the table, Godfather, it doesn't really make a difference because both teams needed the full 6 points to really change their place. But it does mean that Feila solidify themselves as the 2nd seed. Twice will be 3rd seed. SCCK not playing tonight, just observing. They will be guaranteed 1st seed in the final with their place booked. So these two teams will be playing again next week, I believe, in a best of 3 to determine who will be reaching the grand final. But Feila will be the team with the map pick advantage. We have some logs, I imagine, to take a look at. I want to see the numbers because I am expecting tons of damage. I've got the logs up here, the combined logs. Not the top fracker I would have expected on a map like Steel. 43 minutes, no pauses, so that time is accurate, and it's going to be Wazat with 53 kills, going 53 for 21 with the 50 headshots. Next highest is actually Middle, who I felt was doing a little bit of the old flanking heavy thing, not always with the combo, playing with the combo, but sometimes being in those places you'd not expect him to be, picking up 39 for him, and then just behind is the players you'd maybe expect on Steel, the demos. You've got Sammy with 37, Joe with 36. If you enjoyed the cast and you want to see some more Highlander, drop us a follow, and if you're feeling generous, drop a subscription as well. All the money from subscriptions going towards supporting the production and the casting staff. If you want to know more about Critscast, you can follow us on social media. We have Discord, we have a Twitter. You can watch old VODs on YouTube as well of old Highlander and Sixes games. We do cover a lot of competitive content here. We also have a Patreon, which just like Twitch subs, goes towards supporting the gamers who cover the Highlander and Sixes games. And we also have a merch.critscast.com, where you can buy assorted t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, posters, all sorts of things Critscast and TF2 related. Hope you've enjoyed. This was the final regular season game. We will be bringing you much more TF2 as we enter the playoff stage of the season. Feila and Twice will be squaring off once again next week, I believe, and we'll be bringing you the action all live here on Critscast. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.